Good day, planet Earth. Michael Litten, the last DJ. Shout out to the late, great Tom Petty on that one. And a big, hearty thank you to my dear friend Peter Perkins for that intro music. Better late than never. Talking about the last DJ playing stuff on a podcast, but not a radio show. And that's, for all you music fans, that's the late Brian Berline on that fiddle and Chuck Lavelle on the keyboards on that song. But at any rate, I am super, super stoked to have on the show the Velvet Daydream out of Denver, Colorado, you all. How cool is that? A band well known for bringing back the classic rock show back to my day. That's awesome. Chock full of retro 70s inspired style. I'm right down with that. Caitlin Keys on guitar and vocals, Ryder King on guitar and vocals, Jude Pansteel, what kind of great name is that? Bass and vocals, and Nick Schwartz on drums and vocals. Man, lots of vocal singers in this band. I love it. They are restoring a style of music that has been dwindling, boy, that's a fact, over the past 30 years. Rock and roll. And this vintage style of showmanship isn't just for the stage, as it can be heard on their 2023 self-titled debut album, The Velvet Daydream. The band partnered with experts in the art of recording using the holy grails of equipment once used on records by Foreigner, Julian Lennon, and Dream Theater. Welcome, Jude and Nick.
Hey, how you doing?
We are doing awesome. So stoked to have you guys on the show.
Great to be here.
And for your fans that are legion and continuing to grow as they hear more of your music, because it's so outstanding, but may not be familiar with Ride the Vibe, the way we roll the show is, I like to say it's like back in the day when albums and vinyl was popular, and I guess that's coming back a little bit, and we'll talk about that, but an old-fashioned listening party format, you know, where you stacked the vinyl on the turntable and let the records play, and then you looked at the liner notes and you read where the stuff was recorded and how it was recorded and all sorts of plethora of information that you got from the liner notes. So we're going to play 5 of your songs. We're going to play a couple of them in their entirety and a couple just for 2 minutes. And we would love the listeners to go to www.thevelvetdaydream, all one word.com, where they can find merch on everything about where you're going to perform, et cetera, et cetera. And speaking about where you're performing, for all the listeners in the Atlanta metro area and surrounding Atlanta area, you can have the pleasure of seeing the Velvet Daydream at Smith's Soul Bar. That's on Thursday, January 29th at 7 p.m. And they're going to be performing with the Palisade Rats, Lila Graves, Manic Wave, Surround Sound with 2 S's in each, Surround and Sound, and Mojo. So how cool is that? And we'd like to encourage the listeners to sit back with a beverage of their choice. And in the studio, we are featuring one of our favorites. That's Drinkmate. They're out of Ann Arbor, Michigan, an innovative, creative company that you can use their device to carbonate any beverage. Got a reusable or recyclable carbonator, and you can sparkle juice, tea, wine, cocktails with the press of a button. Love the Drinkmate. Really has changed my drinking habits dramatically. So, and I won't go into details. But at any rate, Jude and Nick, welcome.
It's good to be here. Yeah, thanks for having us on.
Oh, man, we are super stoked, and it would not, we would be remiss if we did not give a shout out to the amazing one, the one and only Lucy Pillar, who is, there probably wouldn't be, well, not probably, there wouldn't be a Ride the Vibe if it wasn't for all the introductions that Lucy has been gracious enough to provide Wahid and I. And so Lucy is the one that introduced us, and we're blessed that she's such an amazing person. And you guys met her, or haven't actually met her, but you came in contact with her through, what's the connection, Nick or Jude?
Actually, she came in contact with us. She just reached out to us, I believe, via email, just said, hey,
I'm Lucy Pillar. You can look me up, see what I've been up to, and see my prereqs basically. And I love your band, and I'd love to help you guys out any way I can. And we just responded, said, "Hey, that's great. We're excited to." She's got a great history.
Yes.
Knows her stuff. Has been around, man, and we were excited to partner with her. She's helping us get a little fan club started on Facebook, and she's just helping us get in contact with everybody. I mean, we wouldn't be talking to you right now if it wasn't for Lucy. So I really do got to give her a shout out.
Yeah, she's been nothing but great to us, and we're looking forward to meeting her in Atlanta.
Well, I say of Lucy, you got that whole, what's that Kevin Bacon thing, 7 degrees of separation. But when you're best friends with Paul Rogers and Simon Kirk, as Lucy is, and you're sitting next to Simon Kirk at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame introduction for Bad Company, you're probably 1 to 2 degrees of separation of knowing every musician on the planet. So if you're a musician out there, you don't want to cross Lucy. And then I got to give a shout out to my good friend Wahid Gomes and DRS ATL, which is the studio we're broadcasting from here in Roswell, Georgia. And for you all, for you musicians out there that may be looking for a way to make some money while you sleep, and who wouldn't want to do that? Because I know you're not making any with Spotify. God bless Daniel Ilk, CEO. At any rate, you want to check out Wahid's Boutique Verde Music Group. It's a publishing business that he has that can get your music synced. So shout out to Wahid, and there wouldn't be a show without him either, because I couldn't run any of the technology. So how'd you all meet? Give me the backstory on that.
Lay it on him, Nick.
Well, all right. So this is Nick speaking. Me and Ryder, if you look at any of our pictures, he's the one with the real big curly hair. Me and Ryder went to elementary school together, found out we actually had the same birthday, thought it must have been a sign of the universe that we got to be friends.
Yeah.
And in middle school, I started playing bass and he started playing guitar, and we jammed for a little bit. I decided it'd be easier to find a bass player than it would be to find a drummer, which I was dead wrong about. So I switched to drums.
Yeah.
Ryder stayed on guitar. And then about freshman year of high school, we met Mr. Caden Keys. He's our other guitar player.
Yeah.
Just through some mutual friends, he tried out for us, and we were blown away. This guy knew Pink Floyd. We were like, holy cow, this guy can play Dark Side of the Moon. Are you serious? We're going to have to step up our game. And then went on a couple years, looked for a bass player to no avail. And
many years later, I came in probably about 23 was when early 23 was when I tried out for this band.
Wow.
And they hit me up on Instagram, and because they saw that band I was previously in won this Battle of the Bands that they wanted to play in the next year's version of. And so they hit me up because they saw I was on the promotional material.
Yeah.
And, they gave me The Ocean by Led Zeppelin. As sort of a test, right? To see if I'd actually learn the walking bass line at the end.
Yeah.
Because apparently no one else had.
No, nobody else had. Everyone learned root notes.
Oh, interesting.
They were floored when I knew how to play it.
Yeah.
I just remember Ryder comes up to us, we're rehearsing, and he goes, guys, I found a bass player, and this one has long hair. All the other bass players that tried out had been like, clean cut high school friends or random people we, met through social media. And we were like, this guy's going to fit right in.
I love it.
Yeah. And I did. It was lightning, and, we haven't really looked back.
That's awesome. And then, so Jude, you were on the self-titled debut album.
That's right.
Okay.
Something like, was that 4 months?
4 or 5 months. And then we had an album.
Oh my God. And I want to get into all that and how that came about and the recording process, etc. But given the, no offense to the listeners out there, but I know y'all's attention span is not much more than a goldfish. So we're going to get right into some music. And we're blessed on Ride the Vibe to be able to cue up a tune called Next Time that has not been heard out in the stratosphere, because we have it here first, I believe. Is that right, Nick? Do I have that?
Beyond our ears, no one else has heard it.
I love that. Well, what an honor. But before we do that, y'all, we're going to play a short little commercial for a foundation for premature infants that's near and dear to my heart. I started it back in 2013, hard to believe. But at any rate, we raise money and then we give the money to clinicians for continuing education, which always gets cut because the bean counters are bean counters. But at any rate, that money gets cut and they don't have any continuing education, and these little people can suffer. So we give them the money that we get in, even as small amount as it is. So anyway, we're going to run this short commercial, and then we're going to come right back and play next time, which will be a first. So stay with us.
The number of premature infants born in the United States each year, 380,000. That's 9.8% of the total births in the U.S. The Foundation for Premature Infants' mission is to advocate for the right of all premature infants to be cared for in a developmentally supportive and age-appropriate manner. Our vision is to ensure that Premature Infants' Bill of Rights is the standard of care for all babies born prematurely, 24 hours per day, 365 days per year, on all shifts, in every neonatal intensive care unit throughout the world. Please consider making a donation by visiting us on Facebook, Foundation for Premature Infants, or at our website, foundationforprematureinfants.org.
Shot up the local bank and now they're Texas bound. Without shelter
Hush. That's next time by The Velvet Daydream out of Denver, Colorado. And you all heard it first here on Ride the Vibe. What a treat to hear that song. What a great song. And your bio speaks to classic rock show, retro 70s inspired style. And that is spot on. And you did all of that on 1.5-inch tape and old school, to preserve that old school rock and roll feeling. One of y'all kick it off and talk about that song and your recording style and your vintage, throwback kind of mindset.
We can go in depth. Well, that song's pretty old, actually. That song predates our first album, actually. And we've been playing it a long time. We used to just play as an instrumental band before any of us realized we could sing. Used to just play that one instrumental, never really had an idea for what it was going to be about.
Yeah.
We just knew it was a hard rockin' song and that people liked it. It just didn't quite make the cut for the first album. We just kind of said, it's not quite finished yet. It's not worth rushing. We need to take our time with this one. And didn't really know what it was going to be about. And Jude kind of just gave us an idea of, hey, what if we write a song about cowboys and outlaws?
Man, I saw a fistful of dollars and I was like, I need to make something like this.
God. You guys are retro, man. Are you in a time machine or something? You've come into the future from the past. Yeah.
It's just the way we are. None of this was forced. It's just it's such a blessing to be with a group of guys kind of locked in on the same
like-minded. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And speaking of the past, we did some of our stuff on the first album. We used a little bit of Pro Tools and some touch-ups here, some edits there, and we just kind of didn't like the sound of it. I mean, a lot of modern compressors, digital EQs and all that stuff. And we kind of said, this is all right, but we could make it better. I mean, why doesn't this sound like, Led Zeppelin or Aerosmith or the Stones for that matter? We're doing the same kind of music, but it's not sounding right.
Yeah.
And so we just spent a long time researching between albums. And we said, look, we're going to do this right. We're going to punch it. We're not going to do any crazy punch-ins. We're not going to do any, touch-ups, no tuning edits. We need to sing it right the first time. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really just wanted to come into this project and Fred Flintstone the whole thing. Because, all this complications, all these like curveballs that modern production throws you really gets you further away from that sound.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so the more authentic we were with ourselves and with the recording process and with the equipment, the more, I think the closer we came. And it's an ongoing process, and our next album will sound different than this one.
So this song will be officially released February 2nd out into the streaming platform. And then is that right? Do I have that right, Nick and Jude?
Yes, February 2nd. And then it will be on your upcoming album that's titled Smoke and Mirrors. And do you have a release date on 28th? Is that right?
That one's, March 28th.
Okay.
You get the whole album.
I love it. So talk, this marketplace, as you all know, is so shifting, volatile as it relates to singles, streaming, vinyl, CDs, etc. Talk about your thought process. I know from going to the thevelvetdaydream.com website, you've got vinyl out there. Talk about that. Talk about releasing a CD, the way you're releasing singles, and then a full CD. Your thought process on that.
Well, actually, we've never released a CD, not at least yet, not an official one at least. We've had a couple people ask us, but we do sell vinyls. You can buy a real record from us if you want.
Yeah.
And I think our process to that was, honestly, we just noticed that there's all these rock bands, but they're doing like a single at a time, or they're doing, a batch of 2 songs at a time. Yeah. And we said, that's great, but I feel like to really build a lasting, ecosystem of music for the listener, we need to just release an album first and just say, hey, here's our basis, here's where we're at. Even if it's not the greatest, work we'll ever do, here's something for everyone, not just one song.
Yeah. And our workflow is such that the industry really wants you to focus on and develop singles and have your single out for, 6 weeks and then have another single. But
of course, because Daniel Elk can make more money that way. You all don't make any money, but he does.
But our work cycle just, we want to have albums out. Mm-hmm. We want to write quicker than that.
Yeah.
And, production honestly took us longer than we thought it might. But now that we have a system, now that we have a thought process in place, just getting these albums out. And then that way, whenever a single, hits right, whenever, the spaghetti sticks to the wall, then you can listen to an entire catalog rather than 2 other songs.
Well, and I want to talk about, I want to cue up Love, the song off your upcoming Smoke and Mirrors album, I believe. Do I have that right?
Yes. Yep. And that one is already out for anyone curious.
Streaming. So I want to cue that up, but then I want to, given your retro bent, if you will, I want to come back because there really was a method to the process of where the songs were placed on the album. There's a lot going into that. I want to get into that a little bit. But if we could, Wahid, let's cue up Love. And that is going to be off Smoke and Mirrors, but it's out in the streaming platforms from The Velvet Daydream. Michael Litten, the last DJ, doing the show out of DRS ATL in Roswell, Georgia. Wahid Gomes on the technology, having a great conversation and listening to some fantastic retro rock and roll 70s inspired music by The Velvet Daydream. And you all were telling me offline that there's some nasty, despicable AI stuff out there. Talk about that, y'all, because I'm not down on that at all.
Yeah, so back in August of last year, and for clarification, on streaming services, we are Velvet Daydream.
Okay.
With the picture of 4 real guys.
Yes.
And on Spotify, you can find The Velvet Daydream, an entirely different act, not associated with us whatsoever. And you'll notice their picture is 4 AI dudes that look like they're in Mumford & Sons. Okay. Now, I'm not sure where the inspiration for this project came from, right? But everything in that act is entirely AI and infringing upon our brand. And we don't use AI whatsoever. Yeah. But Nick, you want to tell them what just happened?
Yeah. So we made some noise about it, got people riled up about it because it's a big deal. I mean, we've been interviewed by a couple local news stations and a couple magazines in the Denver area have put out articles about it, but we applied for trademark on both Velvet Daydream and The Velvet Daydream just to, clarify everything. And it looks like I just actually received word during that last song that it has been approved and we are allowed to go through with further application process on that.
Wow. Well,
that's good. We've been a while for that.
That's just despicable. So shame on whoever is doing that AI thing, because it's just reprehensible. It's hard enough for musicians to make a living without AI encroaching on it. So I find that just unbelievably obnoxious. But on a more positive note, so you all do vocals. How do you decide who's going to do the vocals on what song? How'd you mentioned that you were instrumental on that song Next Time for a period of time, and then realized that you all could sing. How did that come about?
I think it really came about because we couldn't find a singer. I was playing drums, Ryder was playing guitar, Caden was playing guitar. This is pre-Jude.
Yeah.
And we tried a bunch of singers, tried bass players that could sing, tried bass players that thought they could sing, tried singers that thought they could play bass. And nothing was working. Nothing was fitting what we wanted. So we just decided to start like learning Beatles songs or, whatever basic, simple stuff. We learned like Love Me Do and 8 days a week, Please Please Me, all that stuff. And then we just decided we needed to start singing.
And I'll tell you, when I joined the band, these dudes could still not sing.
That's so true.
Yeah, it was a whole process. And I had no chops when I got in this band too. And Ryder really kicked my ass. He was like, dude, learn how to sing.
Wow.
Ryder really was the one who was like, we need to get it together.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to find a singer. There's no need to wait around.
Yeah.
And we all love the Beach Boys. We love the Beatles. We love all these acts and harmonies and vocal harmonies and multiple singers has been part of what we've wanted to accomplish.
Yeah.
And so we all just rallied ourselves and forced it until it worked.
Yeah. And I tell people every once in a while that I still don't think we could sing when we did our first album, even though, everyone tells me it sounds fine.
Wow.
To my ears, it's
you've grown.
Yeah,
you've matured. Wow.
But yeah, we all just learned how to sing, and we decided that was the way it was going to be. As far as who sings what, whoever's voice fits the song the best.
Sure.
I can sing higher. Jude can sing higher. Caden and Ryder are both, got a baritone.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's kind of just divvied that way. Whoever's got, the most style, their vibe or vocal, range for it.
Yeah. I love it. Well, you've referenced a number of different bands, but Lucy, and this may be a hard question to answer, but Lucy wanted me to ask you, what band from back in the day when they were, all alive, et cetera, would you have liked to have seen? And you can name more than one or two.
I can give you a list.
I already know the answer to this.
Okay. Oh, good. Did Lucy tell you? Did Lucy give you a heads up on this?
No. It's just been on the dome. It's been on the dome. I wish I could have seen Wings Over America in 1976.
Wow. Interesting. Okay.
Oh, man. I'm going to give you a couple, probably. I don't think I could pick one.
Okay.
I'd say the Beatles, Shea Stadium, 1965.
Wow. But you couldn't really hear them.
No, that's okay. It's just the idea of being there.
Yes, of
I
course.
about had a heart attack. I've been lucky enough to see Paul McCartney twice now. And I about had a heart attack seeing him, So I'd say the Beatles at Shea Stadium.
Yes.
I'd say Led Zeppelin, Madison Square Garden, 73.
Wow. So you guys are overachieving. Not only are you giving me the band, but you're giving me the venue and the year.
Pompeii would have been really cool. Echoes live in Pompeii would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or the Dead at the Pyramids of Giza.
Oh yeah, the great night when they played at Giza.
That's
we can keep rambling.
Yes, of course. All right, so I gotta circle back a little bit. So tying into this despicable AI, but how'd y'all come up with your name?
Came to me in a dream.
Look at that.
A white horse.
That's the ongoing joke.
Was it a velvet dream?
Yeah, it was a velvet dream during the day. How odd. We were spitballing names. We used to be called Hemlock. There's a few people out there that have been following us since the Hemlock days.
Okay. All right.
Email mix-up happened during one of our first shows, and another band called Hemlock got added to the email thread. And it turns out the metal band from Las Vegas. They've had some credit, since the 90s.
Yep.
They kind of freaked out and said, hey, if there's a band using the name Hemlock, we're going to follow suit on legal action if they don't change it. Because they did have a trademark. We looked it up. They had it all copyrighted and everything. And so we changed it. And we went through, I don't know, probably 3 dozen names.
Yeah.
And just kept trying to decide things. And Velvet Daydream just sounded good in my head. Came to me literally just in my head out of the blue. And we said, yep, that's it.
And Velvet Daydream felt right because I always thought it encapsulated the two sort of sounds that we wanted to go for.
Yeah.
Right. The Royal Velvet, the hard rock, and the Daydream, the psychedelia, the jam, the sort of, something that could have that duality of our sound and of our approach.
I love it. Well, we're gonna play "Leave You There," which is also out in the streaming world, and it is going to be off your album "Smoke and Mirrors," coming out the 28th of March on vinyl. We're going to play the whole song because there's a story behind that. And then when we come back, if you all wouldn't mind revealing, once again, Lucy wants to know where you're getting your fashion stuff. So we're going to play "Leave You There" and then come back and hear where you get your threads.
All right. Sounds good.
Conversation.
back on Ride the Vibe. That was Leave You There off the soon-to-be-released Smoke and Mirrors by The Velvet Daydream. Check them out, thevelvetdaydream.com. And don't go for that nonsense AI stuff. Please, you all, don't spend even 1 second paying any attention to it. Don't spend any money on that stuff. Don't give these AI people the time of day. Don't give them any air. It's just, it's hard enough for musicians, y'all. Spend your money. Go see these guys live. They're going to be performing. For those of you in the Atlanta area, surrounding area, they're going to be at Smith's Soul Bar Thursday, January 29th at 7 p.m. And as Neil Young said so eloquently, live music is better. So y'all talk about that song, the way you structured it, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, so we came into that sort of wanting a straight ahead rock and roll riff. Ryder came with that riff, and really it was one of those songs that came together in like 4 hours. Pretty effortless.
Yeah.
And then, that second half, that Blackberry Jam, we were talking about where to go with the song because part of me wanted it to be longer. I felt like there was more we could express.
Yeah.
And then I just started playing that bass line, and then they started jamming around me, and it kind of came together. And that's one of those songs that we pull out live and we just play it different every time.
Yeah.
We try to screw with each other like we're the Grateful Dead,
Yeah. So the version you played that I gave is just called Leave You There. It's one piece. When we originally released it, and if you go to look for it on streaming platforms, it's called Leave You There / Blackberry Jam. That's because we split it up into two, and Blackberry Jam was just a name we gave it, just something. And like Jude said, we play it different every time. It could be 30 seconds long. It could be 2 minutes long. It could be 4 minutes long. We could do a reggae beat in the middle. We could go disco funk with it. We could go anywhere.
Just depending on the mood.
How the audience is feeling. And I think that was our first real introduction to starting to kind of jam with each other.
Right.
And, we're not huge jam band fans, but we do respect what they do and appreciate the music. And, people really dig jam bands in Colorado and surrounding areas.
I'm sure.
So we decided to add a little bit of jam to our, vibe.
Yeah.
And it's been doing
you added a little Blackberry Jam.
Added a little Blackberry Jam, a little jelly.
Just for taste.
I love it. Well, so go back a little bit in your formative years, picking up instruments, influences. Clearly you had parents or some grandparents or someone that was steering you in the direction that you've evolved to with this retro 70s inspired style. But talk a little bit about that if you would.
Course. My family for years, generations back, hundreds of years, have been musicians. I have a trombone from my great-great-grandfather who was a polka musician.
No way. You're serious. This is serious, Nick.
Yeah, 1910, little silver handmade trombone. My grandparents, my grandpa, he sang. He could do a mean Dean Martin.
Mm-hmm.
And my Nana, his wife, she could play organ and she could sing. And they were big in the church. And, they were great singers. They were in the choir. They were all about it. My dad, he was in a band. He plays guitar. He sings.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the 80s, when he was in his college years, he was in a band called Ticket because they were getting so many noise complaints. And... are
you Denver natives? Both y'all?
I'm Denver native, but my dad was from Nebraska, western Nebraska.
Yeah. And then how about the rest of your bandmates? Denver?
Yeah, the rest. Everyone else is from here, or like 10 minutes from where we're at.
Yeah.
Although I was born in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oh, wow.
Moved out here when I was, in middle school. So
big music scene in Tulsa. A lot of cats coming out of Tulsa.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day. Jim Gordon, drummer, and Leon Russell, I think, and et cetera. Wow. How about you, Jude, growing up? What about your formative?
Man, yeah, I don't have quite the storied legacy of musicians, but I was in middle school. I was in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, which was a really famous school district for its marching band. So I picked up trombone, for the fun of it because it looked like a big slide whistle.
Yeah.
And I got pretty good at it. I became a jazz player because I've always loved jazz, and I still do.
Yes.
And the transition from trombone to bass felt really natural. I picked up bass because I saw this bass player that I thought was really cute, and I wanted to impress her. And
wait a minute, she was a bass player, or you saw a girl that was cute and you wanted to?
No, it was a female bass player. I was like, okay. I want to connect with you through bass.
And did you?
That didn't go nowhere. That didn't go nowhere.
Oh, it went nowhere. Okay, other than you picked up bass.
Yeah, I got really autistically focused on bass, and then nice. Haven't looked back.
So shout out to that girl, whoever she is and wherever she is.
Yeah. I think our parents just always had instruments lying around. I mean, Jude's the exception, I think, but the rest of us, we all just kind of had parents that either played music or collected instruments or whatever.
Yeah.
And like my house, my sister learned keyboards and my dad played guitar, and I either learned bass or drums, and I chose both actually.
Yeah.
So,
and I'll tell you what, to answer your burning question, I did play that 100-year-old trombone, and it feels like it's 100 years old.
Hey, how did you know that was my burning question?
It's unplayable. I was in a garage for probably 75 of those 100 years.
Nick, you trying to take over my gig here?
Yeah, I guess so. We'll just talk and you sit back and listen.
That sounds good. Hey, we got to get it to Revolver, though, I think, which is also going to be on your Smoke and Mirrors album. It's going to be released on the 28th.
Listen to it.
And y'all in the Atlanta area, you go check them out at Smith's Old Bar Thursday, January 29th, 7 p.m. They'll be with the Palace Rats, Lila Graves, Manic Wave, and Surround Sound. That's 2 S's in front of both Surround and Sound. I don't know. We'll have to have them on the show, figure out why that is. And then Mojo. But let's hear Revolver from The Velvet Daydream. And they are a real band. They're talking to me real. This ain't no AI BS, because we're not down with that at all. I don't like that at all if you can't pick that up. No AI music.
Sets the night on fire, burning love with my one desire. On the street, playing with my heart. She's a flame, yeah, you know. She's the spark. Revolver, shoot my revolver. Revolver, shoot my revolver. Yeah. Her bullet stings me in the cold, bleeding heart, growing old. You're still the player, you're still the one. You got the fire, the smoking gun. Revolver, shoot my revolver.
You are back on Ride the Vibe, y'all. Playing real music, sung by real cats, and done in an old school fashion on 1.5-inch tape. No click track, no Pro Tools, just kind of retro styled music. And it is unbelievable. It ain't no AI, because we're not supporting that at all. And this is original music out of a band's out of Denver, Colorado, The Velvet Daydream. I've got Jude Pansteel and Nick Schwartz, drums, vocals, and then Jude, bass and vocals. And that was Ryder King singing vocals on that song, Revolver, which will be on Smoke and Mirrors. Talk about that song. Talk about this album that you're releasing. Talk about, if someone like myself got the vinyl or a CD, if you had CDs, the structure of how you lay the songs out on the album, that thought process, etc.
All right. Well, we're back at it again. Revolver is one of those songs that we've been sitting on since high school, man. It's been years.
Yeah.
And it never had words. We used to play that song instrumental, and I'm sure that was boring as hell,
Yeah.
Because it's kind of repetitive.
Yeah.
But we just decided to write words one day, and I just got this spark of idea that, let's write it about a girl, the revolver. And it's got a little innuendo, kind of a love gun, big 10-inch record style. But yeah, I mean that's really it. It had a good groove, and we had words fit it perfect.
Who does most of the writing?
Oh man, all of us.
Okay.
I wouldn't say there's maybe writer in more recent times, but during the era of Revolver and some of the stuff on this album, it's basically been all of us.
Okay.
Yeah, and you'll find it on our record Smoke and Mirrors, which the track listing has been really intentional from us.
Yes.
Trying to fit this whole act into a sort of sit down experience, right?
Yeah.
On both sides of the record. We don't want to overextend into a double record, and just finding the right flow, the right track listing to make it a cohesive experience.
How do you do that? What's the thought process on that?
Lots of debate.
Yeah.
It's like the jury when it comes to what's going where. I mean, we want it to tell a story somewhat. We want people to stay interested. We don't want, a big lull on side B. We learned that with our first album. We just put all the slow, long songs on side B, and that didn't work for us.
Right. So you're very mindful that you want to, in the spirit of this retro style, have folks go back to listening to the album, either via vinyl or even if they're streaming it as you put it on, on the record, if you will.
Yeah, and that's the way to do it.
I love it.
We've even got like a fade out on side one to a sort of different experience on side two. It's Here Comes the Sun, but it's
it's not thick as a brick. How many songs?
I believe a dozen. Is that right?
Love it.
Yeah,
11 or 12.
I love it.
Depending on who you ask.
11 with Leave You There, Blackberry is one track. Yeah,
I love it. And then who's your producer and where's the studio that y'all are?
Well, so we got it. We got a couple, actually. I got to give a shout out to our man, Nick Hanica of Castle Rock, Colorado. He works out of Echo Base Studios, and he's kind of been the mad scientist helping us through this whole process. He helped us record it. I mean, he went out and bought a tape machine just so we could record on tape.
Wow.
Yeah, and we talk about wanting to Fred Flintstone this process.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be a headache to find an engineer that would be willing to put up with all we want to put him through. Yeah. And Nick was that guy. He's just, he rolled with the punches. He came in with his own ideas. He was really invested in making the project sound as good as possible.
Yeah.
And he put in a lot of work.
And where's Castle Rock? Is it in Denver or outside of?
Castle Rock is just south of the Denver metro area. Okay. I'd say right between Colorado Springs and Denver.
Love it.
Beautiful place.
And who's doing the mastering?
That would be Mr. David Glasser of
Airshow Studios.
Airshow Studios. Thank you.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love
Glasser is a really storied man with a really long career. He did mastering for the Dead and there's someone else I'm thinking of. But regardless, I mean, he has a Grammy sitting on his desk, and it shows with the way that he masters.
Yeah.
And he has a beautiful studio up in the Boulder Canyon. So, great work environment, and he puts his head down and gets it done pretty quick.
Is the Red Line, that restaurant up in Boulder Canyon, is that still there? No, probably not.
I don't think so.
No, probably not. So when folks buy, they go to thevelvetdaydream.com and they buy the vinyl, the liner notes and stuff, will they get this kind of information in?
Be honest with you, all you can buy right now is our first one, and it's kind of plain Jane.
Okay.
I mean,
we might have sold out of that one.
Okay.
We may be sold out right now. I'm not sure, man. We got to check our inventory, but that one's a bit plain Jane.
All
I mean, you'll get who's on it, who's playing what the songs are, some of the lyrics.
Okay.
But this second album, we're going for the gold here.
Yeah.
This Smoke and Mirrors coming out March 28th.
Yep.
We're looking to have a gatefold with a centerpiece.
Love it.
Of hand-drawn artwork. We worked with a artist, Mr. Brian Mears. He's very close with us, and he helped us come up with a great graphic piece for the middle. We've got pictures of us because, before we were kind of obscured by the cover.
Yeah.
And we want everyone to know who we are, what we play, what the songs are, whole bunch.
Yeah, we're not sparing any expense. We'll have liner notes. We'll have,
good for
we really
all.
want it to be the full experience of what we're trying to create.
And and this is, I'm totally ignorant because I don't have a turntable anymore, but what's a vinyl go for? What's a record go for now? If someone to buy it?
Depends who it is and how old it is. I mean, we all collect vinyls.
Yeah.
And when we buy vinyls, we find like Breakfast in America that's been beat to death in the $5 bin.
Okay. Yeah. How about new? Like what will yours go for?
New,
roughly.
It could be anywhere from
lower end $60, maybe.
Wow.
If it's
it could be like 30 to 60. I mean, it depends.
Yeah.
Depends.
That's
But
crazy.
yeah, I'd say if you're gonna go to like Walmart or Target or wherever you shop and buy one of those ones, they're probably $50. But if you go to a record store and you want something high quality, you're probably looking at 40 to 60 bucks.
Wow. And is that just because there are not that many vinyl plants and so the cost is so much more? Because they're not, like back in the day, they were putting them out like crazy and lots of plants.
Yes and no. I mean, it's true that a lot of manufacturers, it's somewhat of a lost art, right?
Yeah.
The same production quality, back in the day, they could put 32 minutes on a side.
Yeah.
Now we're lucky if we get, 26. But at the same time, it's treated as a luxury item.
Yeah.
So I think, they'll sell you new vinyls, but it'll be a box set with a, re-release or double album or some deluxe edition and, skyrocket the price.
Wow. Well, that's we're gonna wrap up the show with Casino, which is off your debut album, The Velvet Daydream. Real people singing real music, original music, not AI BS. Let's hear Casino if we could, Wahid. Casino off the debut album from The Velvet Daydream, www.thevelvetdaydream out of Denver, Colorado. They will be in the ATL area at Smith's Old Bar Thursday, January 29th, 7 p.m. And y'all, it's just been a fascinating conversation. Your music is outstanding. Love the whole philosophy. And just parting comments, future projects, any additional thoughts, anything you want to put out there?
Oh, man. I mean, I just got to take the time and say thank you for having us on. Give another shout out to Lucy Pillar.
Amen.
We wouldn't be here without her.
Yeah. And terms of a shout out for us, I mean, you'll find us. We're looking to go everywhere in the U.S. this year.
Yeah.
So even if you're not in Atlanta or you know folks somewhere else, we'll be in Florida, we'll be in New Orleans, we'll be in Texas, we'll be in Atlanta, obviously. We'll be in Nashville, we'll be in California later this year.
We're hoping to get to New York City, Pittsburgh, Chicago. We're trying to do it all. So if there's anywhere you want us to go, follow us on social media at The Velvet Daydream all together. You know, no spaces, no punctuation there. And just shoot us a message, comment on our post, say, hey, I live in Des Moines, Iowa, or I live in Gary, Indiana, and I want you to come to our town. We'll do it. I mean, we're willing to go anywhere. We got a bus. We got the time.
Bus. Yeah, very good. Yeah. Now, what kind of bus? Were you driving like a...
We got like a 1999 Chevy G3500 bus. It's got like a van front end.
Yeah.
Little shorter school bus. It's got all the lights on it still.
Yeah.
But can
you sleep in it or no? You can't.
Of course, we built bunks in it.
Wow.
It was originally a camper when we bought it.
Yeah.
We turned it into. It's got 4 bunks. It's got a bench seat. It's got a captain's chair. It's got the whole thing. It's got storage for all our stuff. We don't have to take a trailer.
I love it. I got to wrap up with circling all the way back to where you're getting your vintage clothes.
Oh, of course. I forgot all about that. The real short answer is thrift stores. I mean, you go to the women's section, you get 10 times the variety of bell bottoms, if you will, in the men's section.
Lucy was very keen on knowing where those bell bottoms came from.
It's either thrift stores when you get lucky, or we are lucky enough to be sponsored by a company called Hammies. They make reproduction corduroy threads.
Wow.
They do shorts, they do shirts, they do...
I'm in corduroys right now, y'all.
Really?
And there's that great line Tom Petty sung, I'm the boy in the corduroy pants.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my God.
Hey, me too right now too.
Oh, I love it.
I got my squeaky leather brown pants on right now. They're making a bunch of noise.
Very good. So you got say again who your clothing sponsor is?
Oh, Hammies. Check out Hammies if you want good bell bottoms.
Yeah.
They're about the only ones that fit in the men area.
Yeah.
And but I'd say thrift stores, vintage stores, you can get lucky at a flea market.
Yeah.
That's where we get our stuff, really.
I love it.
Yeah,
well, it's been a gas, y'all. You're fantastic musicians, very bright lights, and love the throwback to my generation, the vinyl, the retro everything, and no AI music.
No AI.
God bless y'all. We're out of here. Michael Litten, the last DJ.